Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Carefully Speaking with me, your host, Dr. Jamila. If this is your first time joining me, I am so glad that you are here. And if you've been with me from the beginning, you know that this is a space rooted in care, clarity, and compassion. This podcast was born from my personal and professional life. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, a doctor of social work, a mental health and behavioral health specialist. But most importantly, I think my biggest credit is being a parent of two amazing children. For over 20 years, I've worked alongside children, families, individuals, and communities, and I have created this podcast to bring everything to light: the insights, the validation, and the healing to the places where real life and emotional wellness often meet. And y'all, we are officially on episode 10. That is a big deal. This week, we are diving into something that I believe every caregiver, every educator, every nurturer should hear. What the kids don't say still matters. So, I want to talk about how to tune in emotionally, even when the words aren't there to guide us. So, let's talk. When kids don't have the words. Sometimes kids come home from school, they throw their backpacks down, go grab a snack, and give you a one-word answer like, fine, nothing, I don't know. But behind all of that silence, or even behind those normal behaviors, there's a deeper emotional landscape that is waiting to be seen. Children, especially during transitions like back to school season, often show us their feelings long before they can name them. They don't always say, I'm overwhelmed. They might just start crying over the color spoon. They don't always say, I feel disconnected. They might just retreat to their rooms and ask for more screen time than usual. And if we are not being careful, we might miss those signals. Not because we don't care or because we're too busy, but because we're human. We're juggling life, work, groceries, bills, stress, and a million unspoken things. So today's episode is about listening with more than your ears and holding space for the feelings that our kids can't always articulate. I want to start by giving you some tools to listen between the lines. Okay, so here are 5 powerful tools that can help attune you to what your children might be feeling, even when they don't say it directly. So I want to walk through each one of these together. And tool number 1 is pattern watching. This is all about noticing the shift. Ask yourself, is your child sleeping more or less than usual? Are they snapping more easily? Are they more clingy, more distant, more argumentative? Children often repeat behaviors when something is unresolved, and a child who suddenly becomes hyper-independent might be trying to prove that they're okay, even when they're not. And one who's overly silly might be covering anxiety. The patterns matter more than the moment. So don't just listen to the words, track the rhythms. Behavior has a pattern, and patterns tell a story. Tool number 2, reframe the outburst. Tantrums, shutdowns, and attitude shifts, they're usually behaviors that are trying to tell us something. Next time your child is spiraling, pause and ask, what is the feeling underneath this? Are they overly tired, Are they embarrassed? Are they frustrated that they can't control something? Maybe they don't understand their homework. Maybe they were overstimulated at school and just had to hold it in all day. And so instead of rushing to fix the behavior, try saying this. That felt like a big feeling. Can we sit with it for a second? See, you do not have to rescue the moment. You just have to witness it. Tool number 3, mirror without interrogating. As parents, sometimes we get into this like parent detective mode, right? What's wrong? Why are you acting like that? What happened at school today? But what kids often need is a mirror, not a microscope. So try this instead. I noticed that you seem really quiet today after school. Just want you to know that I see that and I'm here when you're ready. That statement gives your child emotional permission without pressure, and it shows them that you're present without invading their internal world. This is especially important for teens and preteens. Tool number 4, offer anchors, not agendas. Back to school season is already full of structure, schedules, routines, and expectations. But emotional regulation, that requires a slowness and a softness. So anchors are small, but they are predictable points of connection that can offer some safety. Examples: sitting on the edge of their bed every night for 2 minutes before they go to sleep. A 5-minute walk around the block when they get home. Making a snack or dinner together after school. Not to ask questions, but just to be near. See, you're not trying to pry information or get answers out of them. It's really just about creating some emotional landing, right? An emotional landing pad for their nervous system. And tool number 5, boundaries are a form of safety. This one is crucial and sometimes misunderstood. Children don't just need space to feel, they also need boundaries that help them feel protected. When your child is melting down or isolating, don't abandon your role as the safe container. You can lovingly say, "You don't have to talk if you're not ready, but I'm here. I'm not going to let you hurt yourself, me, or anyone else." Boundaries are not punishments, they are guidelines for your safety and for love. So here is the truth. Some kids push harder when they feel unsafe. Unsafe emotionally, unsafe socially, or unsafe physically. And when they don't know what to do with those feelings, they need to know that you will still hold the edges, not with control, but with calm confidence. Boundaries say, you are not too much. You are allowed to feel messy here, and I am still the adult. I've always got you. That is how we offer them safety and freedom. So, as you hold on to that last reminder that you don't have to rescue every moment to be a present and powerful parent, I want to offer you a few closing thoughts. It's not about getting everything right. It's about staying emotionally available even when the path gets messy. Let's close today with a moment of truth and a little encouragement for you. If no one has told you lately, you are doing a phenomenal job. Not because you always get it right, but because you keep showing up. Our children are not always looking for perfection. They are looking for presence. They are learning how to hold feelings by watching how we hold ours. They're learning how to ask for help by watching how we respond. And even if it feels like nothing that you're doing is working, please trust me when I say something is landing. They are listening, even in the silence. So I want to graciously and humbly thank you again for joining me today on this 10th episode, wow, of Carefully Speaking. And if this episode has resonated with you, share it with a friend, a coworker, or a fellow parent who might need a reminder that emotional presence is enough. So until next time, take care of your heart and listen between the lines. Bye now.